Hello and welcome to another episode of Conversation. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, events, promotions and especially PR. We have guest here. She has worked coming into an industry which is quite young and it's actually growing within the Tamils. And also she have actually worked quite extensively in youth activism and youth work in the grassroots. So let's welcome Navi Ananth. Hello.
Hi.
So it's interesting that amazing when we actually looked at what you have done and your mind map, which actually explains all the things you have done so far. You just graduated, isn't it?
I graduated last year, yeah.
Last year. So within that span of time, the amount of work you have done or inspirations you had, it's amazing. So, starting from your school works and then you went into become a youth councillor in your council, which is in South London.
Yeah, Greenwich Village. Yeah.
Greenwich in South East London.
South East London.
So then you worked into, and then I went to Queen Mary's?
Queen Mary's, yeah, University of London.
So how was that experience?
Yeah, it was really fun. I studied economics with human geography there. It was 3 years, but to be honest, I kind of got involved in a lot of Tamil stuff. I got involved in Tamil Society. I was the president there when I was in my second year.
But let's talk about your council experience.
Okay,
what you did in the council?
So basically, that was when I was really young. So that was when I was 13 and stuff. So we used to go to meetings, talk about how we can improve the services for education services, and sometimes female services too. And then I joined the Labour Party when I was.
When you was 15?
15, yeah, so quite young. I think
this is that legal age to join a party?
Yeah, that's the earliest you can join. I was waiting until I turned 15 so I could actually join because I kind of knew I was a Labour supporter. And I kind of got really active there within my own constituency.
So what kind of ideologies of Labour actually inspired you to join?
Definitely the left-wing idea. I mean, my dad was very much into politics, so he's always advocated that from a very young age. A big fan of Tony Blair as well. So I grew up watching those things, hearing the stories of equality, equal rights. I loved the fact that they kind of supported things for females and young people as well. So that really encouraged me. And they're sort of the centre left. They're not too left. So definitely working with society.
That's what we bring into our entrepreneurship, because you wanted to be a kind of a capitalist in a way.
Yeah, you could say that, because I'm not a socialist by any means or a communist. I wouldn't go that left. So I'm a kind of I'm a practical.
So you believe in talents and believe in
definitely
working hard.
Yeah, you're working hard. Yes, definitely gets you to places. But obviously,
so what did you do at Queen Mary?
Yeah, I studied economics with human geography, which is a weird combination. But I had the social sides of economics. So you kind of applied. You studied economics, and it's applying the economics into real society, which was really good.
So you decided to go into that. What was the inspiration behind that? Or is it
I think I enjoyed it at school. I was very good, and to be honest.
So what subjects did you do in school, like in A-levels?
So in A-levels I studied my parents biology, chemistry, maths, and I studied economics, and I studied politics as well, government and politics.
Right.
So yeah.
So which is out of all, what would be the most interesting one, or
I mean, obviously politics is the one that I really enjoyed, the one that I didn't have to work as hard, and economics also another one as well, where I was able to apply the maths as well into a more practical aspect. So really enjoyed those subjects and stuff. So it's kind of.
But when you were saying that you have to do the other modules, the traditional, like the psychology wasn't actually very true, like you said. Oh, the biology, chemistry. And is it the traditional Tamil upbringing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, even to study what I studied, I had to go for endless battles with my dad. Appa was like, you have to do medicine, you have to do dentistry, at least pharmacy, at least optometry. Why not? Or biomedicine. Why not?
So, but when we have a conversation before, you actually said that kind of pressure from our parents
Yeah.
really had an advantage on you compared to the other kids growing up with you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that was my that's how my education roots and the idea of meritocracy kind of started for me, because I grew up in Southeast London, a lot of white working class people, and even when I was growing up in school, there was me and another girl as well, and the thing is, she was as good as me from year 7 right to year 11, But now, when you look back and think, what
so
what she's
the
doing,
parental pressure wasn't there that you feel.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
achieve.
Yeah, exactly. She was kind of stopped from achieving what she's doing, because obviously now she hasn't gone on to do the academic achievements that I would have expected her to do, and I think that's.
So where is this? So where is this stop? So where is this starts? Because you
I
one
think
hand,
parents.
yeah,
Definitely.
one hand you see it is a very good kind of pressure in terms of.
Yeah.
But
obviously,
and at some point you
I myself,
stereotype into, oh, this is the Tamil kind of my household.
I know, because I think it's very much, I love the fact that Tamil parents encourage their children to achieve the maximum, so it gives them the option in life, and I think you should study up to the point where you've got your qualifications, then you can, there's at least you've got something to fall back on, whatever I'm doing in my life, at least I've got my degree to hold me, and I think that's really important, and I really applaud Tamil parents, but obviously I don't like the fact that they get pressurized to do certain industries or certain fields, and but it's up to each individual to stand up for their rights.
So then you chose the field that which you like.
Yes, I kind of did, but obviously even then that's debatable, because if I really wanted to study something in the whole world, I would have studied something completely different.
So what would I be that?
I think it would have been filmmaking, actually.
Filmmaking.
Yeah, that would have been.
So that brings into this conversation that you are interested in filmmaking.
Yes.
And you have actually done 4 or 5 projects, and one is released.
Yes.
So which one is released?
It's a Tamil project, actually, Tamil short film that I've done. Yeah.
I mean, I did actually had a look at it.
Yeah.
It's quite inspirational, and it's in a way, like from the start to the end, the thrill is there. I was not sure what is this all about until the last the climax scene, which is so. I mean, for the viewers, it's like, how did you actually start about? Where did the inspirations come from?
Definitely, because well, I've always since I was 13, I wanted to go into film direction and stuff. So I've always wanted to go in that field, and to be honest, it was really difficult to break into the English film industry. So I didn't know that you can make movies here. I thought I had to go to India to make Tamil movies, but I found out, and I met a couple of friends here, and they really they started making movies here. So I thought, why not start here? And I actually met my friend Danny, and basically we were working on various different projects, and this project was something we heard the dialogue song, and we thought, oh my god, we need to do a story. And I'm always into doing stories from a female point of view. So I started about unrequited love, and that's how the story came. So I started about love not being able to show, but then we swapped the characters around, so it's from the guy's point of view, and we sort of carried on. And we also wanted to use a lot of Tamil talents. We've got a lot of talented Tamil people, so everyone in the cast and crew are mainly Tamil people, and we got everyone together, and also with the sign language as well. Actually, I don't want to spoil the surprise for people, but we actually hired an English tutor to get that. So we wanted to do it properly. Even the permission in central London, we got a permission from the council as well. So we did it all legitly, and so.
Now that is important, isn't it? If you wanted to go into an industry, learn about all the legalities and the rules of it, and don't want to step into anybody's toes and so on. It's amazing. So the other projects, are we looking forward that's going to come soon?
Yeah, definitely, because we recently, I'm really happy that Yatra and his Jeeta, I think, started this awards called Sadhana Tamila, and for years Tamil people have been into the films, short films, music videos and songs, but we don't get appreciation or applaud as such, right? And there's no recognition as such, and because of these awards, there's something to aim for, something to look forward to, and we're really happy that we got best film and best actor for the last
I mean, just out of curiosity, just because these things cost money and investments, because if you really want to go into full-time filmmaking,
that's why it's still a hobby.
It is. Even to be in a hobby at that level, like I saw the quality of the filmmaking, and in terms of the cameras you used, the soundtracks. So, how much would have cost a small 5-6 minutes short film like that?
It cost a couple of thousand, to be honest with you, and that's the sort of money.
I mean, I take it that that cost,
Yeah.
excluding casts like people who have actually start there.
Yeah, I mean the cast was really good. They're all friends, so it was really good that we got a lot of things. I mean, like, with cast, cinematography, some cinematography, some aspects you could make and do, but obviously you need to pay people a service because they actually are providing you something that no one else can do. But so it was kind of expensive, but it did cost quite a bit, and it's unfortunate because the reason why people are not going and we're not creating an industry for ourselves is because there isn't enough sponsors. I mean, if we could have people that would come and give us £1,000 or thousands of pounds to make this, we would be able to make quality products, and we will be able to create an industry, and definitely we'll be able to make a profit.
So it's just an appeal to all the viewers who's looking
all the rich people out there who want to make a difference. I can guarantee me and my team can work together and make sure you guys get a good turnover, a good revenue, good profit.
It's interesting because I did do some research into the market. It's quite volatile in a way, and also there is a kind of a myth that you got to do films if it's Tamil films in India, if it's English films in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But we do have British talent, like most successful teledramas are from Britain, and some of them, like and Pinewood Studios is all out there.
And James Bond.
That's the only name it comes out.
But
there are great locations in Scotland and other areas.
The UK is amazing, isn't it?
So it's interesting that that would have been your desire or your career, but obviously you're doing that.
It's always going to be a hobby. It's always going to be a hobby. It's always going to be there
anyway.
for me.
So when you were in uni in Queen's Mary's, and when you were doing, what's the most interesting part of, like, you took part, or like anything that you can remember?
No, I think obviously Tamil Society like kind of defined my life there. Every morning I would come in, meet my committee, talk to them, and all the events that we did. I mean, even after I left and I wasn't president, I was involved heavily in the planning and like organising of the events. So that's when I realised I wanted to be an event planner, because I realised I enjoyed the thrill and the stress of organising events, and I thought I was good at it because I was making profit. So I thought, okay, there must be something that
let me ask a very key question here.
Sure.
All the parents will be interested to know, because if you're active within these societies and you spend a considerable amount of time, and how much of an impact that's going to have on your academic life and in your education, because that's where parents are more concerned.
Definitely,
because
definitely.
There is the other things which not many actually looks at, is that the experience you gain, and the leadership qualities you gain through that, and the quality of taking responsibility. Now, keeping all of that in mind, would you say, like, has this have affected your education in any way?
Truthfully, I think it depends on the individual, really. I mean, it's down to you. If you would want to, if you want to pursue something, you will be focused enough to pursuing it. I think when I was doing my degree, I realised that, because my dream was to go into the civil service and work after my degree, because my degree was very catered towards the civil service, very government-based, very public service-based. So I think I was going to, that was my career route at the start. But I think while I was doing it, I realised that this wasn't going to be what I wanted to do. So obviously, because of that, my focus shifted on other things. But if you know this is what, if you're studying engineering and this is, you want to be an engineer, you will become an engineer, doesn't matter. And you use your other things as, extracurricular activities as such, For me, I think I realized my journey was going to be a bit different. So I think my focus was...
Well, that's the part we are going to come into now, because I have seen this magazine, which is the Kalyana magazine, which many of the viewers would have actually seen, and it is one of the projects. So before going into that, you want to be an events planner?
Yes, basically. So when I was doing events, I mean, I've also worked in the temple and done like shows there and organised conferences and stuff. And so I kind of loved organising things. So I think when I was doing my degree, I realised that I wanted to work for myself. I've always wanted to own my own business. I've always wanted to go to a hotel business or restaurant business, I think I've always been interested in that. And I kind of see myself and my ideas go forward. And I kind of came across the fact that the wedding industry, and I realized I was looking through all these magazines like Asiana and Kush, and I realized they're all covering North Indian looks, and there was nothing tailored for the South Indian, like Sri Lankan Tamil type,
So you're very specific that this event promotions like the Tamil,
business,
Tamil wedding.
Yes, I wasn't going to shy away and call it like a South Asian or Asian event. This was tailored for Tamils, made by Tamils for Tamils type thing, and that's why the name was The Tamil Wedding. And basically I got together with a group of my friends, and we're all passionate about weddings as much as possible. We're a really close group, and I have to mention my friend Shia and Kad, who are really biggest inspirations to sort of start this project as such, and also Echo 8. Without their help, I wouldn't have actually started them. Basically, I have to mention a few people here, I think, because when it comes to this business, it was actually when I met with people like Harry, Jayaprada and Sayan, who got together and said, why not do it as an Echo 8 event. And I thought, yeah, why not? And then with that help, with my help of my friend Shia and Kad, we got together, and we got a lot more girls involved, and it was a very girl business, I think. And then we got one of our friends, Raj, to get involved as well, and we realized that together we can do this business, because this business you can't do as one person alone. You need many things. So the business is structured in 3 different ways. We have a planning side of the business, we have the exhibitions, and we have the magazines. So that's the business model as such.
Okay, that's great. So it's very kind of particular, and in terms of the demography.
Yes.
If you really look at
the
definitely.
Market.
It's a very niche market.
It's very niche market. Very
I was actually looking into the UK wedding industry. It's a 10 billion pounds market.
Yes.
Whereas
most of the money is coming from the Tamils spending thousands of pounds on their weddings.
Well, whereas this is interesting, because whereas the figures of marriage numbers are going down. Like if you just take it 10 years back, there was about 300,000 wedding roughly, and in the recent figures of 2013, I think the statistics says about 267,000 weddings. So the numbers are dropping.
Yes.
Whereas
with the Tamil community, I don't think that's happening actually. More people want to get married faster, I think. I don't know, there's been a hype. This 2014.
And just to throw some more figures in, that the average cost, they estimate is about 38,000 pounds.
40,000, yes, maybe.
But I think it will be higher in the Tamil wedding.
I definitely think so, with all the rituals, because we don't normally just have one ceremony. We have like a Hindu ceremony, sometimes have a civil ceremony, a reception. People are also going for mendis and sangeets as well. So it's a huge cost. I mean, I even know one of my friends who actually took out a bank loan of £25,000 to cover his side of the wedding, because the wife pays 25,000 and he pays 25,000, and to spend for one day £25,000, which you could easily put for a deposit in a house, really.
Yeah.
But it shows, the thing is, people do spend money for the wedding industry, and it is a growing industry. So definitely it's an industry where we can, there is a market and there is a gap. So that's what we want to fill.
That's great, because I have seen the magazine producing the highest qualities possible.
Yeah,
and
I have to thank Sujay of Lifestyle for that.
And also, all the photos and all these things. I think it's Echo 8, is it?
And we've used about 7 different photographers, but Echo 8 is the front cover. Yeah. So Echo 8 moments.
So then, what it actually shows me that there is an industry is created now, because that's what was lacking in the UK among the Tamils, because I mean, I regularly go to Canada and I see that the
Canadian industry
is amazing, isn't it? So that the Canadian industry they have all of these things, but it is not the kind of unique feature that you're trying to put in, because it has a fine tuning around the geography of the country. So it's amazing that you wanted to go into this. So I wanted to find out what it's the kind of the appetite of others around you, because you need to have makeup artists, you need to have photographers, editors, whole caterers, because are they actually happy in terms of working in kind of a collaboration, whereas not just individually hired by the organizers? I think
it's really nice to see that Tamil businesses are really open to this idea, because I was very hesitant. I knew the second generation owned businesses, they would be very keen because they're very open to new ideas, but I didn't think the older generation or the first generation, people who've been out, established names, will be interested. But I think they realized that if they want to remain and have their place in the industry, they have to evolve and change and do all these new innovative things. I mean, nowadays with even decorations, people are opting for Indian party decorators because they offer a little more class, or they are going for an Indian caterer because the food is a bit nicer. So I think our Tamil businesses realized to keep on the track of things and what people want, that they need to change and evolve too. So that's why I think I was really keen. I mean, I had some people who've been in the industry for so many years, like Ruby Caterers and Arjun Video, who've been here for so many years.
So let's get to some facts, strong facts about Tamil wedding.
Yeah.
Do you have facts about how many weddings happened in 2013?
I mean, I'm trying my research really badly, but I do know that from my research from last year.
This is 2013, yeah.
2013, yeah. I was saying July, there was about roughly 45 weddings.
In London?
Yes, in London, in the month.
Right.
The June-July month.
So June, July is the busiest.
It's the busiest. That is the wedding season. That's the peak time for us. I mean, currently speaking, I've gone to quite a few weddings this month as well. So, it speaks. And also on the 29th of June last month, I knew of personally, because of the contacts I've had, that there was 9 weddings in London.
So what makes it unique in terms of your services, in terms of what you add on top of all
the other events?
Yeah, in a wedding, in a Tamil wedding, there are grandmas, aunt, uncles. It comes with all of these rituals and cultural aspects into it. It's actually evolving in a way. So what is unique that the Tamil wedding can actually bring into?
I mean, we definitely. I mean, I always focus on the 3 words. Our 3 main words is bespoke, tailor-made, and unique. We're kind of finding that weddings nowadays are very much the same. It's like every Tom, Dick and Harry's wedding is exactly the same, just the color difference. But I really want people to put their own identity and the personality. But people are just too stressed and they can't actually focus, and we help them focus. And also currently the wedding event companies are out there. They're more like supplier based, as in they will tell you, use this photographer, use this makeup artist. The suppliers, the event companies, they're supplier based, as in they'll say go to this photographer or go to this makeup artist. But we want to be couple based, client based. So ask them what they want, offer them all the options, go for trials. So we want to be friends with everyone in the industry and try to give them the wider range and not just giving them a narrow choice. And that's why we're different. And we also want to keep up with the traditions as well. So we know.
So that means that you do not invest in any other services, like some of the party organizers, they will have a hall, or they might have
a supplier that they're connected to. Yeah.
So your model is that you're not connected to anyone.
We're not connected.
Okay,
we're based for the client as well. So we have a 4-stage plan for the couples. So they're like initial meeting, then we do an agenda for them, then we go out and prepare. And on the day, I mean, my dream to see a wedding with all the TTW planners, with our headsets and our clipboards running around organizing a wedding, and that would be my
ideal. Visualize that. I've
that's really good.
Seen a couple of events that like that, which actually gives that planning and execution, the precise execution.
And it's very professional, and that's what we want to do.
Which brings to my the very key question here. I mean, you have actually done quite a lot of activities, and within a very short time you couldn't go into all those details, but I'm sure in some of the time we will actually go into details. But you have stabled yourself, you wanted to do this event promotion and as a PR, like the public relations side of things. And in your interviews as well as in the previous discussions, you're very specific about getting women involved, especially Tamil women involved. And I actually saw one of those pictures on your portfolio. You have about 20 girls standing. This is one guy, one lucky guy who stands in the middle. Now, what is this? Is there any reason that, what did you actually observe from the Tamil youth participation in terms of female participation? Is something that actually bothers you?
Definitely. I mean, it's one of the prime reasons I was like, I want to come on today's show, because I really want to because I've been really lucky. My dad, since a young age, he didn't have a difference. You're a guy, you're a girl. He really wanted me to, do all the things I wanted to do in life. Really encouraged me and really went, if you want to do this, go and do it, right? And he told me there wasn't a difference. Even so, education. My granddad, he educated all the girls in his family because he didn't believe, that only the guys should be educated. So it rooted from that, right? And so for me, I've never had any sort of problem because I've wanted to do what I want to do. But even that, I've faced with so many problems, you know, when I go out and do, you know, let it be films or politics or some societies, or why is this girl there? Why is this girl there? And I've had to overcome those problems, and I think that's the hurdles that other girls are facing. They don't want to go through those hurdles. They think, oh no, my amma won't let me, or appa won't say, or what would this uncle say? What will this auntie say? And it's really, really, really upsetting, because I really want to see more girls involved. And thankfully, you know, the last year or two, I've had a lot of messages on my Facebook or whatever. Lots of girls are like, oh, Akka, can you help me here, or can you help me here? And it's really nice, because I can get them involved. You know, whatever industry they want to get into, you know, there is a space out there, and you know, they can make their mark. And just because they're a girl, they shouldn't be frightened or worried, or you know, because I think this is a message more to parents rather than the actual girls, because it's the parents that seem to be stopping them or hindering them or making them think.
I think it is a combination of things,
yes.
in terms of the society and then the beliefs and so on. But in any society, to be successful, it's very important to have the right kind of mix. And in fact, that is lacking, which is one of the reasons that we also highlight that. And you know, for the viewers, I can always guarantee, if you're looking for more females participation, like, you know, these kind of events can actually create awareness and bring a lot of role models into these. It's amazing. I mean, what would also do is that the cultural awareness, the shift, this paradigm shift won't happen overnight.
Yes,
it will
definitely,
take time.
I
but I'm really glad that someone like you taking this, and you're passionate about this.
Yes, I want to see more girls involved. I mean, I've always been saying that. I would say that's one of my dreams and goals in life, is to get more girls getting involved in all these things and like achieving them. I'm telling you that it brings immense happiness, and it really is stressful. I'm not going to say and lie and say it's all an easy ride and it's fantastic or whatever. You have to work hard. But if you want to achieve something which is out of the norm, achieve it. There is always people to help you. There is always people that will always encourage you. I mean, obviously you have the opposite too, but what industries do you know, don't you get that in? You know, it's just life. But you know, don't be shy. Don't feel like you know something's going to happen or anything. You know, it is something, you can do it. And I really hope after people watching the show that, you know, people actually, you know, more girls will get involved in, you know, their chosen respected hobbies or careers or whatever it is, you know.
I'm quite inspired by what you have actually said, because one of the reasons of this program is we wanted to bring in more different kind of professions and ideas and how we can promote that. And it is really helpful. I mean, I'm really glad that you have tried out a lot of things, and you wanted to get into politics. Obviously, you have actually done quite a lot of consistent work, and you have this equality, and you know, looking at the wider community, seeking out to the general, the well-being of a people, and also try to help while preserving your identity as Tamil. Very specific about that. I kind of liked that. The sharpness that you were just coming out. So in fact, this is wish you luck with your endeavors, the Kalyana magazine, as well as the event planning, and hope you know, in the future you're going to do more events. And in fact, we will actually meet some point to review and see how we were doing. Yes, definitely. It would be good to bring the team as well. Definitely. Thank you very much for joining us for one more episode of Conversation. It's an inspirational youngster. Glad that we will have someone who decided to go into industry, like niche industries, and success is actually guaranteed in a way. So I wish you all the best on behalf of the Conversation team. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.